And we are back. And shut up, Justin. Just stop. Don't even think about saying what you were going to say. We are back talking about discussing sort of a state of WWE video because we haven't done one in a while. But
Discusses, you mean? Discusses?
this man will let me talk the words. I would speak the words and I would say the words. Discusses. But we're specifically talking a little bit about Raw and the SmackDown. How we could make Raw and SmackDown better, because let's face it, they suck. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They suck. They're terrible.
I would tell you the first thing we got to do. We got to make Darren Young great again. So that's where it starts.
But we talked about it yesterday. We all, I think we all agreed that we were going to release him.
Yeah, let's release Darren Young.
I think he was on both of our lists to be released. That was a video that Justin did not show up to.
I never show up to any video. Well, except the predictions.
That's about right.
That's true. And then
except predictions.
And then he's like, "Hey, when am I going to be a full member?" And we're like, "When you show up to everything." And he doesn't show up to anything. So,
AKA never.
But yeah, I was just thinking about it watching Raw, and I think they need to make the show better so you actually tune into it, because I didn't even realize that Kalisto changed his music or his mask. I didn't know that because I haven't been paying attention, because there's been nothing worth paying attention to. But I was thinking about it, and they actually showed an ad for Supercard, which is a game that DJ used to play, and then he missed it one day, and he didn't get his bonus, and he's never played it again since then, but he should. But I was thinking, since they're trying to build up, the mobile games that they have, the Supercard and the WWE Superstars, the other game, whatever it is.
Champions.
Yeah, WWE Champions, whatever. I think they should do something where you can get some sort of special DLC, but you have to tune in to have it somehow set it up where you have to tune in to Raw, where you would get a certain amount of DLCs throughout the show. I think that would be something that would kind of get people to sort of have to watch Raw. I don't know what DJ doing right now, but it looks like he was about to drop something. But that was something I was thinking about. But what do you guys just general thoughts on the? Let's just face it. They killed it with the Superstar shakeup. They just
But it was awesome. You mean that's what you mean by killed it? Like, it was great.
It was the worst decisions that they've ever made in their lives. But
I don't necessarily say that.
Really. Anyway, DJ, he looks like he had thoughts. He had words that were coming out.
Yeah, to improve. Okay, so I guess I'll start with Raw. I think they have to, like you said, they have to make it must see. Like, they have to make it like as much as people, and like, I feel like we talk about TNA a lot in comparison because it's the best comparison to make, because people hate TNA for every reason ever. The thing is, or Impact, sorry, the other company. At least with Impact, they're giving you even in this new era thingy that they're calling it, they're giving you something to look forward to in the next week. I talked about this a bunch of times, a lot of times. That's one of the issues that Raw and SmackDown has, is they don't build to the next week to where you're like, okay, yes, I'm excited to watch at least this one match, and then you'll get other matches that you might like too. And that's kind of one of the bigger issues. I think another thing with Raw, and we've said it before too, is the 3-hour situation. like I wouldn't even mind if like the first hour was the Raw pre-show or something. Like I just think writers to book a show that long. But I think they gotta have something that draws your attention. They gotta have something. I mean, besides Roman Reigns that draws your attention. Hate him as much as you like him, whatever you feel about him. When he's on the screen, you're gonna look up and watch it. So like they gotta have something other than like the main storyline that draws your attention. I think that's kind of it's like with Raw, there's nothing that you're just like, yeah, I have to watch this show. Like even like I mean I watch it every week, but a lot of times it's just on. It's not even that I'm actually watching it. I'm using it on my phone, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. Like I'm not really paying as much attention to it as I would, I guess in the past. And I don't think it's necessarily that I don't even like it. I just think there's just nothing drawing me to watch it right now. In my opinion. As far as SmackDown is concerned, talk about SmackDown in another topic, or are we good to continue to SmackDown?
Let's talk about Raw first. Justin,
okay. Well,
yeah, or did you have more thoughts, DJ? Oh, God.
I'm done with Raw, by the way. Justin, you talk about
Raw. Oh. Okay. So I agree with most of the points you guys said about how Raw is like. Raw is pretty boring to watch. Like, is this bland? I mean, I definitely agree about what you're saying about the 3 hours. Like, they just need to cut that down to 2 hours because, I mean, SmackDown is so well. Whoops, we're not talking about SmackDown right now.
You can talk about it in comparison.
I mean, SmackDown is so much easier to watch because it's 2 hours. But Raw, you know, like they just need to cut that time down, and it will keep people's attention more. And also, the storylines right now, like they don't have any consistency. Like they like to do that 50-50 booking, and I hate that so much. And also, the matches are the same every single week. We don't get something new out of it, which I hate that. What's going on Raw right now, and they don't make it edgy also, and I don't know Raw. That's pretty much all the points I had about Raw. There's not much more, but it's.
I think too before we move into SmackDown, I feel like even with TNA, as much as people complained about them calling out WWE and that the show that they did, I think it was like the first show when they officially changed. Like still, it like forced people to watch it. There was still people like, well, let me check this out at least. Even if you didn't like it, you still watched it.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the issues of Raw too. Is like like I said, there's nothing to you to watch it anymore.
Yeah, and I think I definitely agree with and we've talked about this so many times, but the 3 hour Raw is too much. I think if it was me, I wouldn't have the first hour be like a pre-show or anything, because I don't watch the pre-shows anyway. I know DJ does, but I don't really. I could give.
Yes, I watch them every moment ever.
But what I would do is I would have the first 2 hours be on TV, the regular Raw, and then I would have the third hour specifically on the network. If you want to see this special match or this big match, you have to go to the network, subscribe to the network. And if you build it up enough, they're going to want to go to the network, and they're going to want to, see that third hour. But I think on TV, it's just too much, because even sitting down to watch a 3 hour movie is hard enough. Like, it's just ridiculous to watch a TV show for 3 hours. So I would cut that down.
Let's just say, because I think a lot of people have said that one of the issues down to 2 hours is they're going to lose money. They're going to lose that money. So I know Casey and I have talked about things they could do with the third hour. But Justin, do you have any thoughts on what they could do with the third hour? Because I don't want you stealing my ideas. Got
I actually agree with Casey. I like that. Like, it's to get more people to buy the network. I think that would be like a good thing, but I don't know if they would ever go through with that because this whole deal with USA or something like that, like that. I don't know the whole deal with that, but it would be cool if they would actually put the last era on the network because again, more
or cut Raw down to 2 hours and then just put 205 live after and that third hour.
But 205 is on Tuesdays.
It shouldn't be on Tuesdays because it's a Raw branded show. That's what we've been talking about for so long. But I mean, it would be something fresh. It would be something new. It wouldn't be the same show for 3 hours. But yeah, I don't know. I have a tough time having any sympathy for WWE losing money because I don't know if you guys know, Vince McMahon's a billionaire. Okay, I'm not a billionaire. Nobody worries when I lose money. So,
I mean, but it's this special fund where when he loses money, it goes into my bank account. You know, we can go into the losing money business, Vince.
you know. I mean, that could work. You know, could put it into the ICWP fund. You know, to get us to
that GoFundMe, right? That GoFundMe for Royal Rumble. Like, put it in there.
It's still up there. If anyone wants to go to GoFundMe and you know, contribute to our trip to the Royal Rumble, it's up there. It's down.
Royal Rumble 2018.
It's up there. It is. It is definitely up there.
I think Braxton Sutter had put in $5. I think
he didn't. I checked. He didn't. But and kind of going along with going to the storylines, and we've complained about this just with WWE in general. They don't have enough storylines to keep you invested in a 3-hour show. I mean, even a 2-hour show, it's kind of hard. I mean, just tonight, me and DJ were snapping each other, and we were like, "Wait, Alicia Fox is in a match?" Like, there was no storyline. It wasn't like, it's just they put on these random matches, and it's like, okay, what, huh, where, what?
I mean, they have this huge roster, but they don't utilize all their talent.
That's another thing too. Like, I agree with that, Justin. Like, with the women's division, it's like the top, like, they gone. Like, we don't see them. Like, we see the 2 people at the top, or maybe 3, and then everybody else is like not anywhere to be seen. And it's kind of like that with I think with the world title picture and the other titles. It's like the top, and then there's nobody else progressing or building towards being anywhere near the top. That's why Jinder Mahal, to why he is the number
1. Now you see, sorry for interrupting you, but no, man, I just lost my train of thought.
Way to interrupt him and lose your train of thought.
And there's little to no non-title storylines. Like,
I remember now. I remember what I was gonna say. Like, they should have put all the women on one show, in my opinion. Like, you know how they have the cruiserweights on one show? They should have had the women on one show. You know, just to even out a little bit.
I said that before too. I think, and I think Casey and I think we talked about this, like, when the Superstar, not the shakeup, but when the draft first started, we were like, you got to make both shows must see. So one show had the women's division and one show had the cruiserweight division, and then they were like, ha ha, nope, 8 million titles.
But yeah, that I think Raw is just a lost cause. But moving on to SmackDown. DJ, what do they need to change?
You talking about SmackDown Live, right? Oh, you talking about the old school?
Yeah, no, the live.
Because the old school, they gotta make it where it's not Raw 2.0. Oh, wait.
You mean the one with the Rock? You know, he's the one that's SmackDown on you.
Yeah, the one that don't have the Rock no more. Even when he come back, he never owned SmackDown.
I think now I haven't watched SmackDown since the Superstar Shakeup. Because I don't like. I think, like you said, like when we stopped reviewing it, I kind of stopped watching it. I tuned out a little bit. Like I still watch it from time to time. I just don't get to watch it every week. And most of the time I'm working later on Tuesday, so I don't get to watch it either. But I think with SmackDown, like I don't know if I can really give a true opinion. Like maybe I need to hear Justin's opinion and feed off of him a little bit because I know he's watched it. Like I feel like I haven't watched it at all to really like get a grasp of what it's looked like after the Superstar Shakeup. I don't think it's changed tremendously, but
and that's the focus of this video and the problem. We don't watch the shows because we don't care.
But like I think some of it too with SmackDown is like some of the stuff becomes kind of random. Simply because like the Jinder Mahal thing, like as much as I'm excited to see Jinder Mahal like in the world title picture, I'm not gonna lie, like video packages and the promotion for it, I'm like, yeah, somebody new in the title picture. It's just that it was random and it made no sense. I think that some of the storylines on SmackDown come off that way, especially since the Superstar Shakeup. Do you have any thoughts? I may have to feed off of you a little bit.
Did you say me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason.
Okay. I thought you said Casey. But I think SmackDown's been actually pretty good. The land of opportunity. It gives a lot more people, chances to do things over there. But I definitely do agree with DJ. A lot of stuff is random over there. Like Jinder Mahal randomly come back and winning a battle royal. And like what has he done over these last few years? Nothing. He's done nothing in the WWE these last few years. And then like a couple weeks ago, we had that beat the clock challenge to crown the new number contenders for the tag team championships. Like Breezango win. And
yeah, you said the Fashion Police won that, right?
Yeah, the Fashion Police won that. Like what? Like what have they been doing?
Jinder Mahal. Like it's random.
Yeah, it's so random, but I like that they're giving people opportunities, to see if they can actually do something, actually run with the ball, you know what I mean? Like actually see if they can do good.
You're talking about grab the brass ring. Yeah.
Grab that brass ring, shatter through it. I think that, it's trying to, but I think it was Jinder Mahal. Like I've been hearing that, he's been taking them roids though. He ain't natural. That stuff ain't natural. But that's for another day though.
You've been hearing that he's been taking the roids.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is look. You ain't gotta hear nothing.
Yeah, because that looks like a street. Like it's like you can see the veins on him so good. Like that's just, I don't know how he hasn't got popped yet. But I'd say SmackDown's been a lot better, and I also like with the 205 Live after the show, I like that they bring like the cruiserweights over to SmackDown, because the SmackDown audience doesn't usually get to see them. Before they didn't have 205 Live, like the SmackDown audience didn't get to see them, so I understand that's why they have 205 Live there. I think SmackDown's a lot better though, in my opinion.
They always.
I think too. Biggest issues, and I know Casey and I have talked about this before, but one of the biggest issues, the SmackDown versus Raw aspect, it's not there anymore. Okay, there's SmackDown. Okay, there's Raw, which is fine. Very beginning, I think Justin has said it before, there's no consistency. At the very beginning, it was like SmackDown versus Raw. Who's going to win the ratings? Who's going to win the ratings? And now it's just kind of like, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Here's a video package for SmackDown. Welcome to our pay-per-view. Here's SmackDown's main champion on our show.
Yeah, see, I don't. Oh, yeah, that's their thing. Yeah. See, I don't know why they promote like Raw pay-per-views on SmackDown and they promote SmackDown pay-per-views on Raw. Like, quit promoting the opposite brand. You're supposed to be rivals with them. Like, there's no consistency, and I think they should have did the Superstar shakeup after Payback. I think that would have been a lot better. Because I was like so confused. Go like, wait, why is why is Randy Orton on a Raw pay-per-view, and why is Kevin Owens on a Raw pay-per-view? Like, it didn't make any sense at all. So I think the Superstar shakeup should have happened after Payback.
Yeah, and that was the one thing that really kind of annoyed me. Like, I don't have a problem because, I mean, obviously Raw and SmackDown are on the same network. So if you just happen to have commercials for the pay-per-views on the channel, like on commercials, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But when you have the pay-per-view, like the Raw pay-per-view, and you specifically show on the network a preview for the opposition's pay-per-view, it doesn't make sense. It takes away, it kills the kayfabe aspect of it. It kills the storyline of, and I mean, the Raw versus SmackDown storyline has been dead for months now anyway. I mean, we talked about that too, about how at least with the original brand split, back, the original one, back early 2000s, at least it felt like Raw versus SmackDown for a couple years, and then it slowly just faded into Raw and SmackDown. It hasn't even been a full year, and it already just feels like Raw and SmackDown, and that's terrible.
That's one thing about the McMahons, though. Like, as much as we wanted them off of our TV, at least Stephanie, it did promote that aspect of it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It shouldn't just be them promoting that aspect of it. It should be the talent. It should be commentary. It should be everybody. It should be, I'm on SmackDown, so I'm better than everybody on Raw, and SmackDown is better than Raw, and we're gonna fight for our brand. It doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, and they should have did that with the mid-card titles too.
Yeah. What were you saying, Justin?
I said there should be invasions, in my opinion. Like, you know how they used to do that pay-per-view bragging rights?
Yeah.
Like, I wish they would still do something like that. You know how they have Survivor Series is pretty much like that. But
well, yeah, I don't have a problem. Like, I like that they have their own pay-per-views, but then you obviously still have the big four that are still interpromotional pay-per-views where you can have those.
Yeah, and two, I think one of the issues with the interpromotional pay-per-views is, with this whole brand versus brand thing, there's never any brand versus brand things within it. Like, why have them on the same show if you're not going to have the Intercontinental Champion versus the U.S. Champion? Or like the Universal Champion versus the WWE World Champion. You don't have to do like every single title versus every single title all the time. But like, every once in a while, like, that would be nice to have, since you have them both on the same brand. Same brand, but same show, the same like pay-per-view or special event or whatever we call
it. Also, another thing I want to add about this was that I hate with some like brand specific pay-per-views, like Money in the Bank. That's only for SmackDown. So I guess Raw's not going to be getting a Money in the Bank match ever again. Like, what? Like, SmackDown's only getting the Money in the Bank? I think that's weird.
Yeah, I would have expected them to have two.
Like, or maybe he throws some, Raw guys in there, like how 3 SmackDown guys and 3 Raw guys, and who see which brand gets the.
I would just get rid of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and put it back on either like SummerSlam or WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better. To make special, you can have people qualify for it, people from Raw and SmackDown qualify for it.
Yeah.
That would make sense to do. But, WWE, they don't like to make sense.
All right. And moving on to 205 Live. and NXT.
Best show. Well, 205 Live is the best show. I don't know about NXT anymore.
Oh wow, he took a step back from NXT. I'm surprised.
NXT is still the best show, except for that UK show. That one's gonna be real good.
Well,
That's the greatest, I think.
That's the group. That's the best show, man. I watch it every single week, every single Friday.
Oh yeah, that the show last week. Oh, that was real good. Yeah, when the one UK guy and the other UK guy, they had that match there, and it was in the UK. Yeah, yeah.
That was hard hitting.
Coming soon, coming soon, like Emelina. But yeah, I think that's about it. We're kind of rambling now, but let us know your thoughts on the state of Raw, SmackDown, NXT 205 Live, and the UK show thing. I don't know what they're gonna call it, but they say it's coming soon. Until then, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel as always, and we will see you tomorrow for our review of 205 Live, the Lizab one of the 205 weighted people. And we will see you. And go follow Juggernaut, the True JS Jobber at jobbernet.com. We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.